Hey guys, today we're gonna learn how to make a reactor core game in Roblox part 1. So this tutorial is gonna be mainly about making a reactor core game. So first we're gonna start with its basics. So first of all, we're going to make a folder in workspace. You don't necessarily have to do this, but if you want to, then sure do it. Anyway, so I'm going to rename this to core. Yeah. Okay. And now we're going to insert a number value. And we're going to name this value core temper temperature. So yeah, that's going to be the temperature for the core. And so it starts off with 0. Now, we are going to be doing a startup. So to prevent the temperature from going up and down, we're going to insert a script inside it. So we're going to name it temp still. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a while loop. 0.1 do. This makes a while loop for 0.1 seconds, which is like very fast. So I'm going to write down script.parent value equals script.parent value, script.parent value equals 0. So this basically, so let's say I ran the game right now. And now we're gonna edit the core temperature. Now we're going to do something like 100. As you can see, it will change back to 0 because of this code. If I were to say negative 100, it would stay the same thing, 0. Now, if the script was disabled, then 100, nothing happens in the properties. And if we do negative 100, nothing happens again. So, we're going to stop the run, and now that we got that out of the way, we need to make an upgrade script for the temperature. That just makes Meltdown, like, I don't know, more realistic. Not really realistic, but you get the point. But I'm going to name this upgrade temp. So this once again requires a while loop. While waits 0.1 do. Script.parent. Okay, so wait, let me explain this before continuing. This creates a while loop again for 0.1 seconds, just like this. So instead of just turning it into like 0 or something, we're going to do this. Script.parent value equals script.parent value plus 30. What this does is it basically keeps on looping the core temperature. So let's disable the temp still script, and now we're going to run it. So we're going to wait for it to load, and as you can see, the temperature in the properties keeps increasing. This is because the script is making the core temperature increase by 30. So what this basically does is it increases the core temperature by 30 every 0.1 seconds. So now that we got that, we're going to duplicate this and make a decreased temperature. So we're going to make minus 30 this time. Now the temperature will go below 0, as you can see in the properties. Now this is because of the same thing, but this is actually just making it more colder instead of hotter. So we're going to name this to decrease temp. Alright, so now we got that. So we're going to disable the decreased temperature and re-enable the temp still. So now we just got a base plate. There's really nothing much going on. So first of all, we're just gonna make the lobby first of all. So we're going to make the floor material metal. And that's what I usually do for any like facility type games, and I just make the floor material metal, and the walls will be made out of concrete. So we're going to make the walls for the lobby. This wall is thin, and we're actually going to make like a door frame in the lobby basically, but without a door. And then we're going to duplicate this wall right here and then make it not look terrible. So we're going to make it, well, this is okay. Yeah, now we have this door frame. We're gonna duplicate this wall and then move it here. And then we're gonna make the roof, which I'm gonna be choosing diamond plate. Then if you're going to use diamond plate for every room, it's not going to look that good. So I would recommend using different materials for each part. So the floor is metal, the walls are concrete, the ceiling is diamond plate. Now we need lights. We need to anchor this light, and then we're going to resize it to like a flat one. And now we're going to change its material to neon, because that's basically, actually no, we're going to add a little more detail to this light. So we're going to make a square made of diamond plate, and then we're going to make the actual light. So we're going to resize it, and now we're going to make it neon, and then we're going to change its color to the white color. Now we have that. We're going to insert a point light. This will be our main light basically. So we're going to make this range something like 60. This makes the room like bright. If you want to add like so the startup turns on the lights like this, and then it turns into this, feel free to do that, but I'm gonna make it 0.1 brightness, and then when the startup starts, I'm going to make its brightness to 1. So now we need to add the spawn location into the lobby so people can spawn. So we're going to make this to transparency to 1. And we're going to remove the decal for the spawn location, and we're going to make it can collide false so that people don't touch the invisible spawn. And boom, we have our lobby here. Let me fix this hole in the wall. Alright, now it is good. So we made our lobby. Now, what do we do next? Well, now that we made the lobby, I think it's time for us to get into more coding. Now, you don't have to like build first and then code, but I'm just gonna do it my way. You guys can do whatever you want. It's your game. Alright, so we're going to insert a folder in server script service called core events. This will contain all of our reactor core events that will occur. So we're going to make, let's say, meltdown. So we're going to rename this to meltdown. So we have our script here, and we're going to actually add a script called startup. Alright, so what we're going to do is code the startup, but we need a reactor core first. So let's get into more building. We're going to make a reactor core. So we're going to make a cylinder-like shape here, and then we're going to make it tall. Now, ball cores are supposedly unoriginal, so instead of making it into like a ball-shaped core, we're going to make it a cube-shaped core, because ball-shaped core is apparently unoriginal, so we're going to make a square core. You don't have to do this, but I'm just showing you. Alright, so we're going to make the cube. right here, the cube core. Okay, now we're going to rotate. We're gonna kind of mess up its axis a little bit. And now we're going to make some sort of shield. Now, we're gonna make like 3 layers of shields. One will be made out of force field, which is the material force field. So we're going to resize the shield. And now we're going to duplicate that. Actually, we're going to do 1 layer. And we're actually going to make it like look visible. So we're going to make it neon once again. And then we're going to make its transparency 0.9. So actually this looks like too transparent. So we'll do this. Now, if you're making game that allows you to touch the core, then you may add a kill script for the core. So we're going to insert a script called the kill script. Alright, so first of all, we're going to make a touched event. This will make, well, basically it's a function and an event combined, but so we make the event here, and then we're going to add something to the function called hit. And then we're going to make if local humanoid equals hit the parent find first child humanoid. Actually, we're going to make it find first child, which is a humanoid. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to make an if statement for the humanoid. If it's existent in whatever hits it as a model or something, then it will kill the player. So we're going to do this. Humanoid health equals 0. So now we basically make it so that it kills the player when the core is touched. So we're going to make both of this shield and core to can collide false. They can still touch it. The touched event will still be activated even if it can collide false. So now we're going to duplicate the other cylinder, and then we're going to make the code so far. So first of all, we need to make its transparency to 1. And then we disable the kill script because we don't want the player to get killed for no reason, even though the core is not even existent yet. So now we're going to make its lasers before starting coding. Well, only 1 laser will be added, but actually we're going to improve this core by a little bit. We're going to add lasers in probably the next part of the reactor core game making. So now we made the laser. We're gonna set it to can collide false. We're going to make it so it has a kill script too. And now we're gonna group this entire reactor core that we built. Oh, and I forgot to mention that you need to anchor all of it. So now we're going to press the group button, and now it makes an entire model of it. So we're going to rename this model to reactor core. Now, to make it more organized, we're going to rename the parts. You don't have to, but skip to where we're not going to rename it. So we're going to rename this to cylinder A, and we're going to name the laser stabilizing laser. And now we have that laser. We're going to, so the way to tell, wait, okay, so this might be tough. So the way to tell that if it's a core or a shield is by telling its size. These both things, cubes, have different sizes. So this is obviously the main core, and this is the core shield, and this will be cylinder B. So now we got done with renaming this reactor core. We're going to add a folder to make it more organized, so we're going to name the folder lasers. And now we're going to add the stabilization laser. So now we have a reactor now. They will be improved later on in the parts. So now we're going to script the startup of what we have so far. So first of all, we need to make a message system before making the startup. So we're going to make a screen UI, and then we're going to rename the screen UI to main message, and we're going to make a folder called message manager. Oops, I spelled manager wrong. Okay. Anyway, we're going to add a number value. Wait. No, we don't need to add a. Actually, yes. No, not a number value, a string value. So we're going to add a string value, and we're going to rename this value to, let's see what we can name this. Message. That's actually, we're gonna name this to text. You don't have to name everything. If you want to make it more organized, then sure, you can rename it, but I'm just doing this for organization. And now we're going to make the startup script. Wait, no. We're going to make the message event. Well, yeah, event. Now we're going to add a text label. And we're going to name it message text. And now we have the text label. And now we're going to change its background color. So we're going to make it like purple, and the border color will be pink. And now we're going to resize the border color to like 10. Yeah, that seems about good. Alright, so we're going to make it text scaled, and then we're going to make the color of it. Now we're going to change its font, and now we're going to resize the text now. So the way we're going to do this is by finding out what is X and Y. So X is the width of the message text. Y is like if it's like up or down. So we're going to make it like 5 1. Okay, no. 1 0. Okay, there we have the width. And now we're going to change its y-axis to like 70. Or actually 60. Well, no, 60. Yeah. That seems about right for our size. So now we're going to make it invisible. Well, actually, before we do this, we need to move it up. So we're going to once again locate the y-axis. So we're going to 10. Okay, that makes it go down. So if I were to say like 50 or 80, well, no, that's too much. 60, 65. Yeah, that seems about right. So now we're going to copy this value of the y-axis. So we're going to do Control C. So we're going to do that. Command C if you're on Mac. And now we're going to change it back. 0 0. As you can see, it changed back. So the reason why we don't need to do this, but I'm just showing you. So now we need to create the script for the message text. And now we're going to name the script source. Yeah. And now we're going to make its variables. Local text equals script dot parent, which is this. And now we're going to make local tween service equals game get service tween service. This script will include some tween service so the message can move smoothly. And now we're going to make a variable for this value. Local value text equals game not replicated storage dot message manager dot text. Now we have our variables. Wait, we're going to name it text v. Text. Okay, so now we're going to make its event. So text v changed connect function. This is an event which, if the text v is tampered around with the value, it will activate some sort of function for it. So now we're going to do this. Text. Okay, wait, no, we don't need tween service because we're not gonna use like some advanced UI tweening. Alright, so we're going to make this text tween position. And now I'm going to tween its position. So we need a backup here. So to find out what it does, like where stuff should go in the tween position function. So now we have the tween position. So we're going to make its end position udem2.new 0 0 and 0 0 too. Alright. And now we create the udem2 new. Now if you don't know what udem2 is, that's basically like a position for UI in Roblox. So we're going to make a comma, and we're going to make text tween position easing direction. So our next one is easing direction. Now I'm going to make this out because it's better. And now we're going to make a comma again. Enum easing style linear. Now easing style is the style for the tween. Like, what's its style? Alright, so we're down to 3. Alright, so now we're going to number time override and function callback. Right, number time, I would say 2. I would prefer 2. Alright, and now we're going to bool override. Okay. So that's basically all that we need to do. We can backspace this. So yeah, now we have this. And now we're going to, oops, okay. And now if while wait 0.1 do, this is a while loop. We're going to use this for some important stuff for the script. So we're going to do if text v that value equals none, then text tween position. Wait, we should make the text invisible, and now we're going to text visible equals true. If text value equals none, then, so we're going to do this. So we're gonna make the tween position. We're going to make its udem2 back to this, I think, yeah. 0 0. Okay. Actually, this is probably wrong. So we're going to make, okay, so 0.65. So that means this can turn into 60 minus 65. And now we're going to make a comma, and then we're going to make its easing direction to out again. And now we're going to add a comma, and then we're going to do enum easing style dot linear. Now we're going to add a comma again. We're going to make it 2. Now the 2, you can do whatever you want with the number time. You don't have to make it look like mine, but you can if you want to. False. Alright, so what this false thing, it means that if it will override any other tweens. So we're going to make it false. Now that we have the message coded, we're going to make it startup script now. So we're going to do this. Print core startup activated. You don't have to do this, but I'm just adding more to the script. So we're going to do this. Local message equals game not replicated search message manager not text. So now we have that. Message dot value, message dot value. Wait, we need to make a variable for the reactor core. So we're going to make reactor core equals workspace dot reactor core. And now we can code it. Alright, so we're going to make message dot value equals core startup activated. And now we're going to make a wait. We're going to wait. The script will wait 5 seconds. Then the message value will turn into activating reactor core. Wait 5 reactor core dot main core transparency equals 0. Reactor core main core kill script disabled equals false. So what this does is it makes the reactor core non-transparent, and this enables back the kill script for the reactor core. And now we're going to make it wait 5 seconds again. We're going to make it message.value equals activating reactor core shield. Now we're going to make the script wait 5 seconds. Reactor core shield transparency equals 0.5, yeah. Reactor core. Okay, no. And now we're gonna make it wait 5 seconds again. Message.value equals activating stabilization laser. Now we're going to make it wait 5 seconds again. We're going to turn on its stabilization laser. So we're going to do reactor core dot lasers dot stabilization laser dot transparency equals 0. This makes the stabilization laser transparent. We're going to make it so its kill script is activated. Kill script disabled equals false. Now we're going to wait 5 seconds. Message dot value equals core startup complete. Now obviously there's going to be more, and we need to make it so the lights go brighter. So we're going to make it ceiling light. That's my best spelling. And now we're going to rename the stuff in the ceiling lights. So plate and main light. And now we're going to make a group called lights, facility lights. Okay, now we're going to make an event, bindable event. We're going to rename this to turn adjust brightness. And now we're going to make a script for the event. Local G equals script.parent get children. This is going to be our children inside the facility lights. Not those kind of children, but you know what I'm talking about. Born Z equals 1 hashtag G do. This makes it so it selects everything in the facility lights model. So we're going to make an if statement. If GZ name equals ceiling light, then, and now we add what it does if the light is, if anything in the facility lights is named ceiling light. And then we're going to make it GZ the main light, and now we're going to make its point light brightness to 1. So now we have that. And now we're going to workspace facility lights dot adjust brightness fire. Now this is gonna be the end for this video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like these, and goodbye.